Hi, Dad. Welcome, everybody. We have a new member. There she is. Mimi Boone joined us tonight. First Loom Weaving Study Group, or whatever.
All right. First, I love having a nice official name like that. I want everybody to know that this is Bobby's fault. She's the one that found the article and said, I want to do this. And the rest of us said, oh, yeah. I think there were 7 people originally.
I think there were. I've got one gal from Northern Virginia who came down. She's busy working on hers up there. And then Gail decided she didn't want to be the person. She did a little more complex, larger project.
But most of them haven't coughed up yet. Jackie's not here. Jackie's not here, and I can't tell her. So, anyway, we've been having a really good time. Terry found these marvelous looms for us. And if you're interested in doing this, if you can come to Tuesday lunch, we'll be glad to talk to you about it. As near as I can tell, we're going to be going on and doing this forever. I intend to. Terry figured out a really wonderful way for us to string these up. One of the problems that you get into with loom weaving is where it is on the loom. You can't work but so close up to the top or the bottom. And with this on it, you can slide this bar up and down, which shifts where your piece is on the loom, and so that you can get it into a comfortable working range. It's really been a great instrument. The only thing that I would change about it is that I would like these boards to be wider, like the brown one, the dark brown one up here, or the one that this lady has brought. You have to get your hands underneath it. This one, it's really tricky getting in there.
You know, that could be changed really easily.
Yeah, it could be changed. It's just a matter of getting some wood.
Yeah.
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 You need to do it.
You paint the next one for us.
The other thing that's interesting about these is that we use a technique called 2-needle weaving. Because you're putting on such a large number of beads. So you're doing just one. Anybody who's done any of the simple bead weaving knows you string up however many beads you need, you put your finger underneath, you push them up, you go under and then you come up and you push those beads up and you come back through on top of the thread. That is not practical with this many beads. So you end up with 2 needles. One that you pick the beads up on, and then you take it underneath and you go along and you push them all up through, and then a second one that comes from the same side and goes through the beads 5 at a time or 10 at a time or however many you're comfortable pushing through, so that both the needles are going in the same direction, one under the work threads, one over the work threads. It is necessary for something that's narrow, but for something that's wide, you've got to do it this way. I can't imagine trying to do this, because if you make a mistake, if you pick up a wrong bead, you've got to tear it all out, whereas with this method, you just check them as you go across, and if you've got a wrong bead, if it's one too many, you break it with pliers, and if it's one too few, well, you only have to take off a few beads, put in and add in the correct one, and go pick up the other beads again. There's lots and lots and lots of different types of patterns. We actually started out with one that was extremely complicated for a first project, but we all got it done, and we all really liked it. Terry discovered getting the pattern Xerox enlarged, which makes it much easier for those of us whose eyes aren't 20 years old anymore to see. And one of the things that we did is to count the number of beads, and you can write those in, and it makes it much easier to, you can keep track of where you've been. We have a whole system of little check marks on the edge so that we know which rows we've done. And one of the things about using the 2-needle method is that you're going to be going in this direction on one row, and then you're going to have to turn it around and go this direction on the next row. Everybody, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, is going to have one direction, and it's easier to fish that needle back through. And I cannot put the needle back through there. Left-handed. I have to do it right-handed. So you have to switch your loom. And that's one of the places where having to stand can really help you. It's a floor stand. You can either stand to it or sit to it. And it has a swivel on it that allows you to just switch the loom back and forth so that you're always going in the right direction. They're reasonably sturdy. Lining them is another whole project. You need to, I think I'll just pass some around. They.
Are you sure you want to learn
Yeah, touch it there. You know, they're not that unsturdy. This one, I haven't sewn the elastic together with yet, but they're surprisingly heavy. Yeah. And as far as the patterns go, there are lots and lots of truly wonderful books. These are the 3 Japanese books that have patterns in them.
How did you do this part where it was more narrow? Did you read it more
That
narrow?
is so much fun. All right, this one is a very different style at the bottom, and this is how it is woven, with increases and decreases, so that you get the, if you do it right. And ours mostly worked, but I'm never doing it again. You pull the threads, and you end up with one thread at the beginning and one thread at the end, both 10 miles long, that you have to sew in, instead of having to sew in every single one. If you snag a thread at any point going through it, that stops you completely. You can't pull these threads. There's a lot of, these books are worth looking at. There's a lot of directions in the center. They do have other things besides purses in them. Some of them have more purses, some of them less. Another thing that there are other books available that have some weaving patterns in them. You can also use any cross stitch, I believe, or needlepoint, or tapestry book patterns have patterns that are directly usable as loom weaving projects. They aren't exactly square, yeah. They'll alter just a hair, but you can still use them. I don't know if anybody wants to see any of these. I've got a whole stack of books. I've also brought, that's one of yours. I've also brought, these are the patterns that we used, and there are purse frames available from, that was Lassie's, right? We ordered those from online. You can get frames. Jessica samples here. She has put her purse to the frame yet. She's the first one done to this point. But we were able to buy these purse frames. This one has a simple, well, it's not really simple. It has a nice chain handle, which she can undo with a spring ring and make it into a shoulder bag of one strand. It also, this particular frame also has loops that fold in so that you can tuck this inside and carry it as a little clutch purse. So
Fringe isn't on the bottom of that yet.
no fringe on the bottom of this one yet. This pouch one is the only one that we've done with fringe yet, and the one we're doing now calls for some